Though Dust2 better deliver after that three overtime game on Nuke. It's hard to live up to that, Dinko, but let's see if they can come close to it.
Well, Dust2, it's the perfect brawling battleground for these teams who have been so close, inseparable, you might say. And now RCF moving forward into top middle. He will be the player trying to draw first blood, and it's not going to work out for him. Fizz is quick to react. Pew. I mean, what can you say about this guy? He was just an absolute animal over on Nuke, the real difference maker for High Coast. And he's getting the trade kill here.
Even trade early in this pistol. That forces High Coast to take some initiative to try and group up, but B-Wills hits him with a headshot. In comes MOTM in reply. Sheikh Zula eventually lining up that kill, and the A site is open for business. High Coast to push through mid doors, but the bomb's about to be planted.
They're just taking the time, making sure everything is clear. They don't want to be caught off here. They are in a 2v3, certainly doable here for High Coast, and you don't want to be giving away that man advantage for free. And Ben Leet coming back into the A side. He's creeped up so damn close into the bomb side. He's going to get right up in behind Cynic. And oh my god, he hasn't checked him, but there it is. That's the free headshot. Second opportunity here as well. Out long, doing the damage, but now getting onto the side itself. Just going to stick the defuse, using his bodyguard to try and keep him off. The bullet's going through, but the defuse is stolen away. And High Coast have picked up the pistol round.
I'm going to be honest, Dinko. What I've just happened to me isn't as embarrassing as yours, but I did just start choking on water while partway through that round, so I missed a bit of it. I saw the defuse, though, which was the main thing. Clocking in the round at the end there.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened there, too, but it's good to know. Good to know you're still here with us. You're not dead. So we get into round 2. And, you know, as Alex and I have some failures with food, we'll continue to chow down on some Counter-Strike.
Lower tunnels, taken by Triumph. They've come back with 5 Galils. Not a bad buy into this subsequent round. High Coast still having vision on short right now. They've got a man up aggressive early. Triumph have got to be very efficient with their utility usage. Only 2 smokes and 2 flashes to make this play work.
Flash is going to go into mid, allowing RCF to peek, and he's got the opening kill because of it. E-Will's on the Galil answering back in at least the 1-for-1. Short aggression coming in here from High Coast. MOTM just realized, okay, we've lost the B-ramp. Now we're going to try and take tunnels, but that's going to allow Cooper to get a free kill. Ben Leet stepping up in the FAMAS, though. And all the in-game leaders getting involved today. 3 big kills from him, and now it's on Cooper to try and win out the clutch. They spotted him. The shots start whizzing past his head. He wants to cross out to the left, a bit of a gap here. Looking down to the bottom of the B ramp, and Ben Leet is close in the right. That's a good headshot from Cooper. What a clutch!
Looking so calm afterwards as well. No reaction from Triumph, even though they've come through with a huge force buy win here in the follow-up round. This was the play from Ben Leet that looked to lock it in, emerging through the mid doors, catching the players before they can arrive into the B-bomb site, but a snappy shot onto Ben Leet, and Bew tried to peek out for the trade, but because the time to kill was so quick on the first man, he could turn it into what was kind of 2 1v1 fights, just because of how quickly he got those kills. Here comes Bew trying to fight back for High Coast. They've got Deegs and 2 scouts to try to make this round work against the full buy of Triumph.
A full rotation coming over here from High Coast. They've got everybody over on this side of the map. Best chance for them to try and win this round. In fact, they haven't even really got near the bomb site yet, Triumph. Still committing through short. Using the smokes to get closer and closer, but MOTM, he's close to this Deagle. Low HP from the scout damage, but not enough kills really coming through here right now. RCF trying to pick off the planter, is getting closer to the bomb site. Cooper finally coming out long and getting involved. B-Wolves with his headshot, as to the tally, and now it's all on RCF to try and pull off some heroics. He does get one more. Spots Cooper's head. Nice shot. Now we're going to get to see a bit of the Brazilian flair from RCF. Oh, a jump spot, and that's going to be Shikzilla locking out the round. 2-1 for Triumph at the start of Dust2.
Getting it over the line this time on the Triumph side. Obviously aware of how deadly those Force Spies can be, having just won one of their own. Did come somewhat close at the end there. High Coast now down to 5 USPs. Whenever you play Dust2 and you have a round like this, you always want to have that smoke on the mid doors so that the opponents can't see that you're all stacking long, which is exactly what High Coast are doing. Flash into the corner, not really blinding the T's though. You really have to rely on the flashbang there. Nice shot from Bew, but how much more can they do? The answer is nothing. Cooper cleaning up.
Now comes the buy from High Coast. They've got the AWP out for RCF. It is the glass cannon out in the Brazilian's hands. We'll see if he can start to get involved here in the defensive half. Dust2 can be AWPer's paradise. He's got 120 ADR starting off in the first 5 rounds here. Not a bad start by any means at all.
Smoke lands on the door hinge. Sometimes players will occasionally miss that one. It's nice to see Triumph have got it locked in. Starting to take away that short control. There is an AWP out on the CT side, but RCF has positioned itself on the B bomb site. So Pwn alone would be the first point of contact as the rifler on A. And there's not much utility left for High Coast to try and counter this push. It's not like they have a smoke ready to slow things down. They only now have one flashbang to try and slow this push.
Well, Pwn alone. Flash assist then from a Cooper from that kill. Will be the man advantage for High Coast at the start of this one. They start to run into the site. Bew in with the headshot through the smoke connecting. It's Cooper and Shikzilla trying to see what they can find here. Bomb plant is a step in the right direction. Step number 1 here. And Cooper getting the follow-up kill through the smoke. Shikzilla now left alone in another clutch. Can he do it again? He's already delivered a huge round over on Nuke. And this will be another one added to the tally, to the Shikzilla frag movie. But Ben, the battle of the in-game leaders, Ben Lee wins it just by his transition through the smoke.
Yeah, both IGLs fragging at the start of Dust2. This was Ben Lee cutting off long to begin with, arriving back to the bomb site. There was enough of a rotation for the CTs to be comfortable on the hold. And he even gets boosted up at the end there to catch Shikzilla from the side. Back to a 3-2 scoreline. Both teams having some issues with their buy. Triumph missing 2 helmets, but they have got some decent weapons to work with. A couple of players working out through long. Bew doesn't look ready. Cooper peeking from the right-hand side. He's now up to 9 kills, and he's looking for more, but RCF there to deny, and Ben Lee here to back him up. 2 sprays to the body for Ben Lee.
Now, Pwn alone left with this MP9 tasked with holding the top ramp. Cynics actually just picked him off easily, plucked him out of the round, and now you really are looking at the pressure falling onto MOTM. He's a player that can handle it. We've seen it before, but he's going to go through the smoke. Actually just conceding the site, conceding the bomb plant, knowing that they have got that man advantage. You'll try and reapproach the B site from the window. Just take note of the utility here. There's only 1 Molotov left for the CT side into the retake. There's no flashes to explode through into the site with. They've just got to hope they can get these kills. And they're not going for it just yet. They really are taking their time, running down the clock, and now they go forward. It's both kills for RCF and MOTM very quickly picking it up. 3-3, tying up the scoreline. It is the 10-second defuse as well coming through. MOTM had the kit, but Ben will be sticking it with plenty of time, and they win out the retake.
All tied up. And this hold to begin with was what really set up this round. Ben Lee, 2 kills on the spray down. Bit of success towards the B site to begin with for the Triumph side, but it was short-lived as High Coast came right back into the equation. Triumph are now the ones who take their turn to have a weaker buy in this round. B-Will's looking to see if he can get a kill out through long. Cooper just rushing up mid. If he didn't have the Glock, he might have had the chance for a kill there, but Pone alone takes the dink in his stride, only down to half health from that Glock. And it's an early man advantage for the CTs.
RCF is a car with the AWP. Oh, the good flash. Was going to say, these flashes aren't good. He might be able to shut down the attack before it even gets going, but he does get the one kill. Bu getting involved at CT. It's B-Walls and Cynic just trying to get the bomb plant, and they will be able to pick it up. Bomb planted. And now B-Walls looking to extend out to the left side. Cynic over the top fighting CT. Not the best position to be finding yourself in. And High Coast are going to head into the lead.
Solid start for High Coast here on this CT side. Getting the better of a couple of these early rounds. Always nice to get your feet under you early on Dust2. Build up some money. Give yourself some breathing room, because we know oftentimes this map can favor the Ts, especially if you can start to get rolling early and force your opponents down to poor positions. So it just gives High Coast that comfort level that one round loss wouldn't put them down in the dumps. The long control looks to be the focus early in this one for High Coast. They sent 4 CTs there to control that area of the map early, and that's paid off for them. They've got the full control. Bentley even playing close onto the doors, and that now allows the rest of the players to start to rotate elsewhere and plug the gaps. RCF almost getting the chance, but Cooper peeks him from down below.
That's not very nice of Cooper. Embarrassing him like that. Wolf will be the flash up and a follow-up smoke into CT. Oh, Bu's gonna try and play with this smoke and push forward. His teammate to support him on the B ramp as well, but Bu doesn't need any help. He's a one-man army. He gets the kill on Viz. Cynic getting the double kill. He's really coming into his own here. B-Will's getting a headshot, and Cynic, what a round from him. 3 kills picked up, and honestly, he's been very impressive to me across this series. You know, he had a very good Inferno. Second map, he definitely had his moments as well. And here on Dust2, that's just beautiful. Just the impact he can deliver. I was speaking to Maui about his playstyle. You know, he's a bit more of a solo play. You see him in some of these rounds playing a bit of a lurk style. You know, he's really good at just cutting off these rotations and being very impactful.
I think after that nuke game was so extended, such a slog for both of these teams, it kind of looks like Dust2 might just come down to who has the higher fragging power. Just based on these early rounds, that feels like it has been the big difference for either of these teams in the rounds they've won. Cooper having a good game on the AWP could absolutely be a key for Triumph in this one. It's a double AWP setup coming out from High Coast ahead of this round, so they have the ability to try and counter that sniper of Cooper. Short control taken by Triumph early. No need to follow through on that as of yet.
Smoke execute into A. Standard short smokes. Get a dive down CT. Oh my, Ben! There's a guy right beside you, just crossed in the smoke. Ben doesn't hear him. And now he's down in CT. Finally realized, hold on, there's a player in CT, and he's going to turn back and get him. MOTM also following up for the CT side, and they've got a 2-man advantage. RCS picked off the bomb, and yeah, this just fell apart for Triumph. I like the idea, just didn't really work out for them here. Cynic trying to get the headshot. And again, there's the big clutch ahead of him. He's got 2. He has to ace to win this round. And with 17 seconds left, they've fallen in behind that CT smoke. And that should be enough to win the round for the CT side here. High Coast is getting the info of his position, still being there in middle. And Cynic realizes he's got nothing to do but run away and save the AK.
High Coast getting into the lead. I think from Triumph's perspective, as you pointed out, I don't mind the idea dropping into spawn, seeing if you can split B. That man in CT spawn would hopefully be able to cut off the rotations make it much more difficult for High Coast to get back into position. But Triumph not getting the timings right on the fights this time round. Smoke didn't arrive into CT quickly enough. I think that might be a round that Triumph learn a lesson from, where they think to themselves, okay, maybe we are going to have to keep things somewhat standard in these rounds, because Nuke probably took a lot out of both of these teams. Let's be real. I know it took a lot out of me, and I was just watching the game. So it might be easier for them to just keep things more standard, maybe just stick together as a pack and try and use that strength in numbers to trade your way to victory. Either way, they've still got to buy in this round, so anyone's game here in round 10.
Explosion out long. Ben Leader's got himself the positional advantage of having pit, but he's left that spot and crossed into the open, and B-Wills, he's just hitting these lightning fast headshots all day long.
I like the approach taken by Triumph. Just go back to something more simple. As I was saying earlier, stick together, 5 players take long. Oh, Cooper catches RCF, not ready for the man in pit. Now they might just look to go for this fast A play.
Yeah, re-peek it into long like that's always dangerous. When the T's have taken control, Pew getting one Pwn alone, trying to step up for his team. It is the 3v2. It is still winnable for the CT side, especially when Pwn alone is alive. He's not too far off getting that second shot, but MOTM at Gandalf, 15 seconds, that bomb not in their possession, and even if they go back to the A site, MOTM's in such a good position to shut this one down, and just like Gandalf, they shall not pass in this round. Bomb plant, just enough time to secure it, but the round is done. They run over the top, and Cooper locked out. It's going to be 6 for High Coast. MOTM playing that one to perfection.
How did that bomb land so far away? It went so far down, so far from those long players.
You'll get to see it here.
Oh.
Just roll down the ramp? That's wild.
That's such a disaster for them, because it means that they have to rush things getting onto the bomb site. They have to go against the time at the end there, forcing the issue. Maybe they could have cleared out some of those spots if they had that bit more time with the bomb on the site sooner. Instead, it goes against them. And now with the pistols, Triumph looking to use the pace to their advantage.
Zola, okay. Tech9 just taking down 2 players out long. That's the wild plays we know Zola for so far in this series. And YCF peeking out, at least drawing it back into an equilibrium. They're going to try and boost, but oh my god, these Tech9s are just built different. 2 kills through the smoke from Cynic. The collateral, I believe it was. And now it's Pwn alone left inside of middle, just looking up to short, desperately wondering what he can do here. This team have just been destroyed at long, completely eradicated. And Pwn alone is the last remaining survivor, carrying his AWP into the next one. Just wild, Alex. Just absolutely wild.
I mean, it is. Ooh. That's a nice kill from Ponolo. Should get away safely. Yeah, smoke will keep him safe. I mean, it is somewhat common to assemble that boost to try and spot towards the site to try and deny the bomb plant, but I'm still surprised that Cynic's able to just seemingly spam through and get both of those players. I think it was both with one bullet, because there was a wallbang kill in there.
Yeah. Let me see this again, right? This is Sheikh Zola and his initial kill. Then we should be able to see this. Yeah, like, what? Did they fail the boost? Like, I can't remember exactly how that went down, but maybe they fell off the head. Just they got the perfect timing for that shot to land. Brilliant stuff. Sheikh Zola, of course, is the 1xBet impact player. 2 kills in round 11, of course, just starting that madness off. Leading by example. Looks like we're going to get more of the same, Alex, here in this final map. And I wouldn't want anything else.
High Coast having to take some time to talk things through ahead of this one. Realizing that their buy is limited. That's putting it nicely. They've only got the 1 FAMAS out right now. AWP is in the hands of Pwn alone, so there's potential for some playmaking there. Ooh, jump across mid. Playing a dangerous game with Cooper on the other side, but No chance to pull the trigger. At least no chance that Cooper's taken. RCF pushing into long doors. We've talked about his aggressive play style, but getting this control early could be very unexpected from Triumph's perspective.
MOTM running down into the tunnel. There's so much info, like you said, so much control of the map, and he needs to be so careful here. Trying to get up into short. Cynic is in right behind him, and the rest of the squad now following suit up short, just taking the control they've got, but the fights in lower tunnel are just eviscerating them. They've just lost B-Walls. The second player might go down here as well. Cooper stuck in the corner, just bouncing to try and get out of there alive, to dodge the bullets. 2 Deagle kills for the CT side. Shigzola pulling it back again. He is the equalizer.
Ooh, no plant yet. Cynic deciding to fake that one out. Now he's got to get back onto the bomb site. Should be safer this time, though. No nades for High Coast, just the flashes. View dropping into CT spawn, but Shigzola sitting in the smoke. Cynic goes for the fight, and it's all on that AWP opponent alone.
Just waiting for the first mistake, waiting for the first peek. And Shigzola will peek, but hits the headshot. We're tied up again. I don't know how many times I've said that throughout this series, Alex, but here we are. Hours later, and nothing separating the two teams.
Shigzola's fragging has been impressive throughout this series. It's got to be said. The IGL has definitely come through in some important moments for his team. Pistols for High Coast. More precisely, USPs. Cooper getting baited briefly. Can't land these shots on the long-range player. There is some aggression up mid for High Coast. I think it's going to be spotted, though. B-Wills is sitting on the other side. Should be fine.
Oh, Cynic. It's very easy for him against these pistols. Always nice kills to find. Boost your confidence, boost those stats. It really does feel like Triumph, you know, even the scoreline is about to head into the lead just by 1. It does feel like they are in the better position. They're in the driver's seat. And Cynic getting the kills against the pistols. They are into the lead, and they've got the momentum. They've got the wind behind their sails.
It's also some of the players we expected to see shining through for Triumph. We've heard about how Cynic has been the consistent performer for them throughout the tournament. He racks himself up 14 kills. Cooper also up there at 14 of his own. But for High Coast, you know, it's Ben Leet leading the way right now. Here comes Pone alone, only able to get 1, but the pace from Triumph could be an awkward one for High Coast to deal with. They've slowed it down, though.
And the CT adjustment is back over to A with the majority of their players. RCF actually just hanging around middle now, getting into a close corner position if they are to walk through the mid doors. Just leaving B-Walls in the tunnels, he can actually go out to that mid door and cut off these rotations. It looks like they want to try and take this long control. Of course, you are looking at B-Walls to try and stop any of the B-Tunnels aggression that could find this information out and really allow his team some time and space to play with. But he hasn't watched middle, and Bu has made the right call in getting aggressive up this way. Actually, he's completely missed the timing here, B-Will, so he has no idea. Bu is about to walk in behind 3 of his teammates. This could work out completely for High Coast.
Oh boy. Here goes nothing. He hears that man in pit throwing nades. This is a free kill if he wants it, and he takes the spray to the body. In comes the push to the site. Bu arriving, doing more damage. Both players low on health, but B-Wills continues to fight from mid. And that bomb has been planted. He's not ready for Ben Leet, though, pushing all the way in through short to give High Coast the advantage on the retake.
Once again, falls to Shigzola to find this impact with his low HP teammate elsewhere, and Shigzola doesn't get anything, so now it's all on Cynic. 3 HP to win out the 1v3. He spotted the one short. Oh, he's got caught in the timing that nearly. Going down there, that nade's dropped the MOTM down to 9 HP, but it's 1v1 now. Cynic taking the ramp player down. He could clutch this out and give his team the huge win. Just one bullet left in the AK, and it's a headshot right between the eyes. He needed to be perfect, and he does not stutter.
Oh my goodness. This round was just chaos across the map. This was B-Wills getting one kill in through mid doors, but Cynic at the end here is in such a hard spot. It looked like when he pulled out the nade, he was done for, but that nade lands onto MOTM. Not that it was even needed. Wow, what a shot from Bu. This game just not giving us any time to breathe, Dinko. We're already into a 4v4, and there's been about 10 seconds of the round. It's still going.
NICS, just hell of a drug. And now MOTM's running back into T-spot, and Bu is still in middle trying to fight this long attack. And MOTM's about to spot the only player there on Shiksola. Nice little gift. That's the bomb packaged up and sent to the CT side. B-Wills and Cynic 2v4. This is a ridiculous round to end out the first half. And Bu is desperately trying to get this final kill. Cynic's up short, but the bomb... Look where it is, man. This is just not winnable. Unless they give him all the fights, this just isn't winnable for him. You might just get another 1v1 in middle, which actually does give him a small chance. But he's going to literally as far away as you can get from the bomb if he goes to the A site right now. He's just trying to play for elimination, trying to bait them out and take the fights. And luckily that Mag 7 gets away.
If there were anyone who could do it on the Triumph side, I would put Cynic in this position and give him the best odds, but I'm still not giving him high odds in this one. 1v3, dropping into CT. The time is just going to be too far gone. I think if he got a 1v1 fight at mid earlier, maybe he can justify trying the clutch. But without it, it has to be a save. Well, wait, it's the last round.
It's the last round of the
half.
Yeah,
I was going to say, bro, I'm just like assuming he's saving, but like,
this is like a jam round right now from Cynic. He's like, oh, look, he's laughing.
He's having a smile.
Yeah, it's like, hold on, last round? I don't think, I think Triumph kind of forgot what was going on in this round, but it's time for a short break, ladies and gentlemen. What a weird round to close it out, but we'll be right back to continue the North American Counter-Strike here in the elimination match.
So I'm calling you. So I'm calling you to let me
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This might just be the last half of the day, well, of our matches at least, Hulk, the last half of this game, but I don't feel so confident in saying that after seeing so many overtimes over on Nuke, so it's as close as you can get it. 8-7. And High Coast of the team behind by 1 round, and they've actually just taken damage early on into this pistol round as well. Cooper running up middle, gonna drop back and play from Cat. Ooh.
That was over on long. Sheikh Zola has opened up the action in the second half with a bang. He hits the headshot with the USP. We've got a CZ on the B site. I'm not sure if it will be tested. Cooper, though, has just been tested. He's down to 1 HP after that dink landed on towards him. Lucky to get away with his life. And High Coast starting to see if they can set up this B-sided split.
Well, up is trying to tap through the smoke with a CZ, and now they're going to pressure down into the site. Cynic under a lot of pressure and can't really handle it. He crumbles, and the rest of the team now having to step up. It's a 3v2, still favoring Triumph, and they've also got possession of that bomb outside of the window. And B-Wills, it's not the cleanest, but he ends up getting the kill nonetheless. And now Pone alone tried his best, but there was just too many players. Triumph win the pistol round. They extend their lead by another. And they didn't get a bomb plant in that round as well, Alex. So that does mean High Coast are down on, if they go with the force buy, it's going to be a pretty weak buy. There's none of that Goleals and Deagles and some AKs that we've so often seen throughout this tournament.
Scout out for RCF. Deegs on the other players, but not as strong of a force buy as we have seen previously. Ben Leak can beat that smoke quite comfortably. He saw that one coming from a mile away. Triumph still have eyes on long, though. Got to be somewhat concerned about that scout on the T side. You don't want to fight that at long range. Ooh, MOTM getting up short and getting rewarded for his troubles. He's got a kill as the one man on this side of the push, and here comes the long play.
MOTM getting over from short, trying to fill the position on the site as well. He's done that well. And High Coast, they've got all their players alive right now with the bomb planted. Triumph are going to have to dig deep to even find a small opening. Get back into the site here. They have got the better weapons on paper, but still not the best. MP9s from Ass. They've got to hope that rifle can make some space, and Sheikh Zola's done that. MOTM, though, stepping up with 2 kills in the FAMAS, and the last 2 from the Deagles. High Coast answer back immediately with the force buy, and the second half kicks off with a bang.
Oh, it's just the worst spot Triumph could be in now with their economy. Cooper losing the initial fight on short. They try and retake, but Nade's not really there to help them. They end up being blinded out in the open on short. No cover to help them out. And Triumph decide they're not even going to invest here. They have barely anything to work with, barely any money in the bank. That nade, oh God, it's brutal. You didn't need to do that to them. They've only got pistols.
I know. Just unfair at this point. Just looking to try and add some insult to injury these two teams. I mean, they have to have earned each other's respect throughout this match. It's been a real grueling battle between the two squads. Cleaned up. Bu and Ponalon getting the final kills, and we're even again. We're tied up again, Alex. And the money's gone for Triumph in this one, so it should just be another easy round for High Coast. Should be seeing a couple of pistols here and there for Triumph, maybe a Deagle out with some Kevlar. The timeout coming through for High Coast into this one.
Not surprised we're seeing some of these timeouts used earlier in this game. It has been a really hard-fought series between these two teams. I'm sure the exhaustion is starting to get to them. This is the definition of a marathon, not a sprint, between these two teams. Nothing has been easy for them, and that is being proven by the current scoreline, 9-9. But with Triumph having bad money, should be High Coast to reach double digits first.
Now the pistols starting their cavalry charge up middle. More easy pickings here for High Coast. Might just be one of the quickest rounds of the night. And it is 10-9. High Coast take the lead, and they don't waste any time in doing it.
It's going to give High Coast loads of money built up on their T side. A couple of players up there at $8,000, but they're going to take this as a chance to have a bonus round. No need to upgrade into this one. You've got some breathing room. It's up to the CTs to try and make sure they can win this round. They've got the double AWP setup pulled out on the CT side. Shakezilla flashed off mid early, but the aggression's about to come his way, and he's not able to get the kill he was hoping for.
Now they're just going to take mid control off of that. At least Ponilo was thinking about pressuring through the doors. Hasn't fully committed beyond it, though. Taking over the bomb's position. Something Triumph didn't do in the last round of the first half. Grouping up in short. Bomb eventually will group up with him. He's got that one smoke down catwalk at the moment. And Cooper playing from the A side with that AWP. He will be the player that they really want to step up here. Hasn't really got anybody in support. There's no rifle close by. The closest player to him is, of course, B-Wills. Or you could even say Cynic right now down in CT spawn. But here comes the execute. Cooper really needs to deliver on the hold.
Early molly and smoke deployed. Cooper gets the first kill he was looking for, and he slowed them down on their approach to the site. The rotate is starting to arrive, and Cynic chimes in with a second kill. B-Will's also getting involved in the action. All the CTs coming through when they need to. Bentley and RCF both coming back into things. RCF with a second flick onto the site. They still haven't dealt with that AWP of Cooper.
Yeah, they're going to get that bomb down. Planted for Bentley in his position of short, but the flank from Shakezilla coming in as two AWPs in this clutch. Now just Bentley versus Cooper. Can he win the 1v1? USP pulled out. He knows that Bentley's been damaged, and he's down to 12 HP. One bullet from the USP should be enough. He's got the AWP in his hands here. Bentley looking for the shot over the top. Cooper running forward, and he's got it. No kit, but he's got plenty of time. He'll go back for the defuse, and he's won the round.
Cooper staying alive on the site. He was the man initially tasked with the hold, and he's the one who stays alive the longest and ends up winning the round on the retake. That was the first shot he landed. His teammates arrived to support. He used his utility wisely to slow his opponents down, and that meant he had just a bit more time towards the end of the round. Back to a 10-10 scoreline. Cooper absolutely the impact player of that round. And off the back of the round win, Triumph calling for a tactical timeout because surviving with only a single player leaves them somewhat shortchanged in this one. They've already had to go down to a couple of MP9s.
Fun fact, the real prize. Bu was 2 kills ahead of Cynic as number 1 and number 2 for most kills at the event after Nuke. They have played a lot of rounds. Certainly will help add to that tally, but we go into round 21. You take a look at Triumph's buyouts. It's got a lot of weaknesses.
Definitely not the perfect buy they would have wanted. High Coast bringing that previous round close could end up helping them out in this one. Triumph had to go with the double AWP setup to win the previous round. Shakezilla wasn't able to have as much impact as he would have wanted, but he's not even able to use the AWP in this one. Mid control being taken by High Coast. The AWP of Cooper this time playing in a more aggressive angle, but the molly about to land at his feet, the flash at the ready, and there's no chance for Cooper to get a kill early.
Remolly coming in as well on Bu. Looks like the B split is on the cards here. They're going to throw a little bit of utility into short A, but it's always going to be the B hit here. Shakezilla will toss his last few pieces of util in there. He's keeping it itchy for the late round. 40 seconds left. Bu is poking in towards short. There is one player aggressive, and that's Cynic. Oh, he wins the duel. I thought Pew would have him dead to rights, but Cynic able to pick it up. That has given Triumph a much-needed one-man advantage as now they go into the B side. Shigzola, good positioning. Blinded, still good with the MP9. A double out of him, and now he switches out to the AK, but his teammates have arrived to the site. And it's just Bentley left alone. He's got one, but cannot pick up the second. It's 11-10 as Triumph take their way into the lead. And they didn't really have the best of buys there, but it's all about the positioning and using their utility wisely.
Got to give a lot of props to Shigzola too, the way he played that on top of the box. Able to drop down, able to reposition for the second fight. Became a real nuisance with that MP9. Getting up close and personal. I always point out that the high fire rate of the MP9 means it is always going to be effective in those close-range fights. Even in gun rounds, it can be very good in those sorts of spots. Shigzola making the most of that in the previous round, but even with 2-round wins in a row for Triumph, they haven't been able to beat back this strong T-side economy.
Cooper, he's pushed up mid, had committed hard to that right side angle. That opened up a weakness, but he's changed his position. Now taking a tighter angle and is able to find the opening. He's also got his teammate close by for backup. That'll be B-Wills with his AUG.
I love how sticky Cooper is being on short, is the way I describe it. He's always there. He's always making sure that he can be annoying. And look at how High Coast having to deal with this, you know, flashing through this smoke, trying to spam through it. It's just a really annoying thing to have to deal with before you can set up your play. It always gives you something to think about. And even though Cooper got denied in the previous rounds, this time he's able to dodge those nades and give a clear 5v4 advantage.
Yeah, and it's not like Cooper is really being that flashy, he's just being efficient. And that's what you need out of him. Just to get that one kill, change his position, stay alive, create problems. And that has been what he has done so fantastically throughout Dust2. We did just notice a player drop down from short for High Coast, got picked off. And has forced them into what is going to be a safe round here because they just have no time to play with. And they're down 2 players. It's probably just best they save their weapons. So 12-10 for Triumph. Didn't really even have to sweat it for that round. Just an easy pick up short from Cooper. And dropping the player who tried to make a play and make some space up towards Cat in the form of, I believe it was Pwn alone. So just very, very unfortunate for High Coast. None of their plays really worked out.
I think taking the sweat away from Triumph is a real important factor you've got to take into consideration from that round. Being able to survive with 5. Right, actually getting some money in the bank. The previous rounds were fairly close or close enough where their money wasn't established. Now that can change for them. Obviously, High Coast able to continue to buy with 3 guns being saved. Long control taken at the start of this one for Triumph. Pew sitting on the other side, but Shigzola will back on out of that angle. Getting similar starts to these rounds for High Coast. Largely focusing on that mid control, on that long control, somewhat, but mainly the mid and short plays to begin with. And this time, Cooper isn't here to deny them, so this should be some free ground gained.
Oh, they're about to go for a bit of an information play into long. Shigzola, he's inside of the smoke. Once that fades away, Pew seems to be aware of the possibility. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, surely. And it certainly will be. Cynic was backing his teammate up, but that is information. 2 players are committed long, so now the attack up short seems to want to come through. The smokes are up. B-Will's got back in time. Can he shut anybody down? The answer is yes. He gets 1. Nearly the second. So unfortunate, in fact, he couldn't get it. But Bentley comes out lit long, finding the pit player, and it's all starting to fall apart for Triumph.
Brilliant read from Bentley. I think he's kept his team so composed as this game goes on, but that nade to the site makes life awkward. RCF is in spawn. He's having to look back up. This is such a tight angle. He's not going to spot the man. He can't pull the trigger. Misses his opportunity, and Bentley's low on health.
3 HP on Bentley, now going aggressive. Cooper catching him, now it's all on the Brazilian. Can he win this round? Quick shot up short, has to go for the jump shot, and it's not gonna land. Goes back again, running forward with the clock, but Viz comes off the bomb for the kill, and he'll win the round. just styles an RCF there. Comes off the bomb. It's going to be close, but he surely has got it. Right, 1 second, Alex. So damn close. But comes off it, takes the kill, and gets back on it. Balls of steel.
Oh, you could just see a world in which RCF hits that jump shot, especially after the first shot looked so nice. I'm sure in my head I just imagine it because I've seen those plays in frag movies so often. But in the frag movies, you only see the plays that work out, Dinko. And more often than not, a jumping no scope is not going to pay off for you. And unfortunately, RCF's desperation play, not going to pay off for him that time. As you pointed out, though, the composure for Viz in that position was brilliant, especially considering he has slowed down after he had a great first map. Doesn't let that get to him, stays on top of the situation, and Triumph have really had to grind to get to this point. It's been a lot of round wins in a row for them to break this T-side bank, but they've finally done it with a 13-10 lead. It really has been a hard-fought second half for them, Dinko, but I think they're finally going to get the reward for that hard fight with what hopefully might be a slightly easier round for them here up against the Pistols.
Have you learned nothing, Alex? Have you learned nothing from the Tech 9 rounds we've seen so far today? Who knows what might come out here? Luckily, it is going to be that early kill for Triumph. At least the first step in the right direction, but here comes the Tech 9s right through into Viz's position. He gets one kill, but traded out by RCF. Chicksolid. He's always in a smoke, it seems. He loves just chilling, playing with the sound cue.
Oh.
Looking at the mini-map, it looks like on his screen right there, now goes right through it as well.
Oh.
They're trying to catch one, but it's Cynic that's picked it up, and that nade goes through the window. Not landing an RCF somehow, not killing him, he's 2 HP. The Tech 9s have got in, but they don't have the bomb. That's the issue. That might just cost them the round. You know, you gotta go around the corner. If you had the bomb, maybe there's a small chance here, but not having the bomb is the worst outcome possible for them.
Unreal that Shakezilla sits in the smoke, lets players past him, and then somehow picks the bomb out as the last man trying to approach the B site. Amazing read on the situation from Shakezilla there. High Coast were entering B, trying to spot out for him. Shakezilla was one step ahead of them. 14-10 for Triumph. All the pressure on High Coast ahead of this one.
Yeah. Oh, it's just trying to get back there. Cynic. It was actually Cynic who got this kill, but Shakezilla would have locked it in. Surely, he would have done it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing, right? Well, he was played that to perfection. It looked like he was watching his mini-map in the smoke when you look at his eyes there. So just kind of trying to make sure he comes out of the smoke, re-emerges, looking the right direction. And that's a tip for you guys at home. You know, if you look at your mini-map, you will see what you're looking at right in front of you on your dot on the mini-map. So, you know, if you're inside a smoke and you're finding it difficult to navigate through, just look at the mini-map, see where you're positioned, and be aware of your bearings. But we head into round 25, 14-10. And both teams with a solid bye coming into this one. If Triumph win this, we're starting to look at a scenario where they might just be the victors moving forward out of this group.
Long control, the focus of the round for Triumph early. Sending a lot of players here to line up nades. Will allow Shakezilla to fully control this portion of the map. High Coast have rarely gone for any really fast plays at the start of the round. They've been happy to default in the majority of these. They're doing the same in this one. Short control being taken. B-Wills was the man on the other side, and that nade has landed right on top of Pone alone. Not a bad start to the round.
Oh, yeah. The flick shot up, it hits. It's the leg shot, though, unfortunately. Not enough damage for the kill. High Coast, they're going to be going for this boost over the top of the smoke. It's short. This could work out onto Cooper, but he's so ready. Cooper has to be one of the most aware players when it comes to these sort of gimmicky scenarios. He was showing us on Inferno that based on the situation, he was completely aware of the boost over the top of the CT smoke. You know, he's just so ready for everything. He's just so aware. Big brain Cooper. Bulging brain. And now Shakezilla. His time to shine. Looked away from his teammates. Flash and Cooper now peeking out long, trying to step up on the frag count as well. 21 kills to his name. Can output in this round with 2 kills, but it's still a 3v3.
Bomb's going to take some time to get to the site here. They've got that smoke down. They can cross safely, and they've got a molly on short to make sure the CTs can't arrive before the bomb is planted. A man on long for High Coast too. He can play the post plant. RCF here just holding what is a very strong angle, and he's going to hit the first shot. More players trying to come his way, but I don't know if they can really go for this. They've decided they have to save. High Coast finally finding some more success on this T side.
Yeah, they prevent match point from Triumph, at least in this one. You know, it's always difficult for your mentality realizing, you know, obviously there's been such a close game, but when you think about it here on Dust2, it's always more difficult for your mentality when you're going up against the opponents and you realize you can't win in regulation. So you think about it in the back of your head, okay, they're up 15 rounds on the board. That's got to play in your mind a little bit, you know. If we are to win this, we've got to not only be flawless up until the point where we tie the scoreline, but then we have to go again in overtime. So it's good they get this round here. They prevent the match point, and they do still have a chance to win in regulation here, High Coast. Bye for both teams again. Slight weakness for Triumph in terms of the FAMAS, but all that's done is actually increase the utility for Sheikh Zola.
Long control going the way of High Coast this time round. Triumph may have to respond with some map control of their own. Looks like that is the answer for them. Cooper is currently pushing up through short. So they trade out long control for short control on the CT side. So slowly but surely working their way up, getting that AWP of RCF established in towards the pit. Now it's going to be very difficult for Triumph to do anything about long. They're having to concede this control early in the round. They can't really get eyes on this position comfortably. And that's allowing High Coast to start to sneak up close.
You're a poet and you didn't know it. Watch out, Dr. Seuss. Hulk is on the block. Molly in towards short. They're actually worried about the flank up short. Now that's done. It's created a distraction for the players. They're on a ramp into the A site. Cynic is going to hear all of this. Cooper, in the meantime, has found Bit Ben Elite. And, well, you just hard checking elevator. That's going to be the kill that draws it back into the 4v4. And with High Coast having the bomb planted, they'll send one out long, but the rest are all over the site. And Triumph have to look at their economy and think about this one pragmatically. Do they want to go for the retake? And the answer is no.
Back-to-back rounds with similar outcomes and similar stories for High Coast. They get onto the A site early. They have a player on long with the AWP established into the post plant. That's just a position that is too strong for Triumph to deal with. That AWP watching into the site can be so potent. You also get those riflers who can just delay on the site itself. As you suggested, Triumph decide they are better served living to fight another day.
Seems like a technical timeout here. So hopefully we can get this resolved shortly. It's been a very long game for these players, and we're now getting into crunch time yet again later on the final map. And if anybody is just tuning in, this is map number 3, Dust2. A long time ago. That sounds like the start of a song. I can't remember who it's by. I'm sure Bly would know. But anyway, a long time ago, Inferno began, and that was, of course, Triumph finding themselves a very convincing first half. I think High Coast started to really show the signs of coming back into that one. And then on Nuke, what a game that was. 3 overtimes. And now we find ourselves here as High Coast just about got it through on Nuke. On Dust2, 14-12 with Triumph in the lead. There's a player disconnected, so we're just waiting for them to reconnect and get back into the matchup, Hulk up. But just a quick discussion about North American Counter-Strike. You know, a lot of people have been saying it's on the decline. It is certainly delivering today.
Both these teams have played themselves and played each other, I should say, a lot in the recent weeks, in the recent months. Now they're doing it on one of the biggest stages here. Quite literally, Dinko. You can see the stage in front of you. Looking lovely.
The song is American Pie, Hawker. You know, it's really, you ever have that in your head where you think of something and you know it's like on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't quite grasp it. It's just one of those annoying things. You just have to Google it, give your mind some peace. But yeah, it's called American Pie. That's the song. Anybody's interested?
Eventually.
It's a good one. It's a good one. But we are getting into it very shortly. Hopefully, you know, resolving a player disconnecting, it generally doesn't take that long, hopefully. Went 14 to 12. We're going to try and keep it limited in terms of what we discuss here. Obviously, in the technical timeouts in online Counter-Strike, it's just something you have to go through. But when we're looking at how close this is, I guess we can talk about the big picture stuff in terms of the mentality that we'll find ourselves here. You mentioned very briefly that Ben Lee has done a very good job at sort of keeping his team calm under pressure. And I think that's something we can talk about for both teams, really, because you've been on the edge so many times of taking the loss 2-0 over on Nuke, but they just kept getting through, Alex, just kept persevering and getting forward. And that must take a good leader.
You can even see in the last couple of rounds, you know, Ben Lee in that previous one, playing towards short, just taking so much attention away from the A site. You can see in some of these rounds, he's able to outposition, outmaneuver the opponents. Man, the timing on this pause, this has got to be one of the hardest moments to stay in the game mentally. After you have a triple overtime nuke, now you go into an extended game on Dust2, where let's be real, we've seen some rounds that have just devolved into fragging for both teams. That's just bound to happen when you have a series this long, when you have two teams that know each other so well. But now you've got to try and stay in it after getting broken up with just a few rounds remaining in regulation. You've got to make sure at this point you can just flick that switch and get right back into game mode once we do get back into the game. That's not easy to do.
No, it's not. We'll get to see who comes out swinging first. And it's obviously, in part, you know, the dueling, the brawling will be part of the late game, but also just Dust2 lending itself to that play style. But ladies and gentlemen, I see the timer go down. We're getting right back into the game. We're getting the last couple of rounds here on Dust2. Triumph in the lead, 14 to 12. Which team will take it? Which team will move through here in Group A? And which one will find themselves out of the tournament?
Oh, no molly!
Oh, Shugsola just getting caught with a nade in his hand.
He had the opportunity to throw the molly, decided not to. That smoke's lined out the map. That molly's missed completely, but I don't think it's gonna matter. It's another round where High Coast get a clean site take, 5v4, so early on that Triumph can't do much about it. In general, the CTs have been stacking long in these rounds with multiple players. They have been focusing heavy on that long control early. This is the first round we've really seen High Coast up the tempo, up the pace into B. And I just think it's something Triumph didn't expect. You kind of see there, Shugsola, maybe just they're a split second, a little bit slow to react. And that's kind of what we were talking about, right? Coming out of the pause, it's hard to stay 100%
But look
focused.
at this. Look at this. They don't have money, Alex. They don't have money on the CT side. And they're hunting everybody down. Ben getting the kill on Viz. The last two players spotted in the pit. If they lose everything, this is a nightmare for Triumph. Just Cooper left, and he is taken down as well. They eliminate every single player, and now Triumph have nothing to work with.
And no way you can go for the full investment here. No way in hell you're going to take that risk at this point in the game. In fact, they're going to invest as little as they can, all things considered. Just buying up a couple of smokes, a couple of nades, and not even upgrading most of their pistols. Those nades will do a bit of early damage onto View, but they did a decent job at dodging away from them. And High Coast's comeback attempt continues. I wonder if they're going to have the ability to show this composure again, Dinko. They've had a few scenarios where they've been down, where they've been in these tough spots with their backs against the wall. This time they were facing potential elimination if they continue to let this game slide. They've come back with quite a few rounds in a row now to get to this point. And this is looking more and more likely to be another one with Triumph stacking B.
Yeah, they've just gone to the opposite side. No one's home. On the A side, High Coast will get an easy daylight robbery here. 14 to 14. I don't want to say it, Alex. don't want to jinx anything, but overtime is looming yet again. It's a real possibility.
I'm sure there's some Pain Gaming and some Bad News Bears fans that are watching right now, kind of half hoping that doesn't happen because their game is being delayed right now. This one has been so close and so long between these two. Wouldn't want it any other way though, Dinko. When it's a spot in the playoffs on the line for the winner and elimination for the loser, having a hard-fought game like this is exactly what we want to see.
Yeah, really battling to see which team deserves it the most. I mean, it's going to be heartbreaking that one of them can't go through after how hard they've fought to stay alive and stay afloat in this series. But we go into round 29. Investment available to Triumph. They've got the double op setup, the 2 M4s, the AUG in the hands of B-Wills, utility sprinkling out the defense, and for High Coast, just winning every round. They've got loads of money. They've got everything you want.
No shot landing on the cross. Flash out long. Cynic gets his gun out, but he's been blinded. He gets one from beyond the grave with the incendiary. 1-for-1 trade early on long. High Coast have every single player in this same position. They will be able to gain this ground, but they've got to be aware that Cooper is waiting in the wings.
Yeah, Cooper's got to be able to pick this one up. He's got his teammate a little bit further in behind him to back him up if needed. That's B-Wills on the AUG. Cooper takes the first kill, now peeking into the rifle. It's B-Wills finding the kill. 3v2, another good kill from Cooper, and it's all on RCF. It's looking like Triumph are going to get series point unless RCF can win the clutch. The bomb is not in his hands, but he can easily grab it. And there's a minute left. He's picked up the first kill, and now the 1v2.
He's got time to work with. He's got a lot of angles he has to be scared of, and you can already see he has no clue where these players could be. Clearing out the close corners. It's going to come down to the guessing game for RCF. And as he goes back to the A site, he might have guessed wrong. The smoke will help him, but there's going to be a gap in this.
Yeah, there is going to be a slight gap, but he can maybe jump across. Oh, the AWP is watching it as well. RCF needs to get across here. Doesn't spot the player close towards Catwalk. He's actually have to back off. And now, oh, Viz, that's an easy headshot. RCF just goes a bit too wide. And Viz will lock in map and series point for Triumph. Will it be overtime, or can Triumph get it over the line in regulation?
It's been a long time coming for them. They had 14 for a long, long time here, but they finally find their 15th round. The molly forcing him into the open, and the auto sniper landing tags on the cross. High Coast with all the money in the world to go for those shots down mid. But it doesn't do too much damage. Both B players get out alive.
Oh, nice shot from Ponalone. Shigzala providing the opening kill to High Coast into round number 30. It's never a good feeling being the player that opens up the round for your opposing side in a round like this. MOTM is going to get out those mid doors. Smoke out for CT Cross. Viz getting the trade back, but now he's under pressure. Solo in this B site. If they run him down, this AWP needs to deliver, and Viz is blinded. Good kill from Ponalone, and now they have the B site. High Coast looking to take us to overtime.
No more saves for Triumph. They've saved quite a few times already. This one, they have to go for. No choice but to go for it. They have some nades, but they don't have Cynic. He's been removed from the round by RCF. And a 2v4 retake on B is almost impossible unless they can land some stunning shots.
This flash needs to be perfect.
Oh,
Needs
no.
to blind everyone, and now they go forward. The molly's at the window, keeping them from moving forward. The time is ticking. They cannot win this round now. This is too far gone. It's going to be overtime, and we're going there again, Alex. More Counter-Strike to be played this evening. These two teams never want to give up. So much on the line, and we're going to overtime. It's time for a short break, ladies and gentlemen, but don't go anywhere. This series concludes in overtime after the break.
It's a party every night, and I'm feeling alright.
what's coming next. I'm on my feet and here I stand. I had 100, no one cares. I have a body in my head just pulled down. Heaven for myself. In front of you, I look into your eyes and I know you hesitate. You don't know if it's fake or true. I'll be blue for you. I don't think that I should. No more regrets. I'm gonna do my.
The Counter-Strike continues here with Triumph versus High Coast Esports. We're in overtime yet again. We've had 3 of them already in this series, but now we go again. These two teams want this spot so badly at the end of overtime. Whether it be 1, 2, or 3, or maybe even 4, one of the teams will be out of this group. And it's a good start from Ben Lee to open things up for High Coast.
Ooh, so close to the one-shot headshot for the Org, but he wasn't close enough. MOTM on 1 health, but there's the lineup. Cynic coming right back at them, and Viz chiming in with one of his own. Triumph had the man advantage, not any longer though. Ben Lee fighting back with the AK. He's doing it all by himself, Dinko.
Yeah, this is one of the quieter performers on the team, but stepping up with a 4K, and he's all hyped up. The in-game leaders today having big moments in overtime. It's Ben Lee here on Dust2 getting High Coast over the line in the first round.
Ben Lee just saying, get out of town. It's overtime and I'm going to take over, at least for the first round. I love that he took the AWP to begin with for the long spawn. They whip out the 2 AWPs. He just gets involved as that IGL. God damn, it's fun to watch. But we've got 2 AWPs out for both teams in this one too, and no time to waste.
One up cat already from the T side. Cooper trying to get involved in mid. If he can find 1 kill, that would negate a bit of the problem. A lot of damage done early on to Butte here. He's down to 27. He's not going to be happy about that. High Coast are gathering up now with their players congregating in the lower tunnels and short. Close smokes going in for the cat execute, but only 1 player committing. Generally, this will be the player that drops into CT and tries to catch off the flank. You don't throw the CT cross smoke, instead just push up into the B bomb site now, trying to split onto Viz. Can he hold on? A lot of pressure on his shoulders, being pushed from multiple angles. Luckily, Cooper's got into the site, and Viz coming in with a double kill. That's exactly what you want from your CT players. But MOTM, the player that got in CT spawn earlier, showing up, and that is unbelievable. 3 kills, and he turns the round on its head.
High Coast have just come sprinting into overtime without a care in the world, injecting some pace into the proceedings in the first round. Oh, in this one, MOTM able to get into the back lines, unable to transfer the spray the first time of asking, but on that second effort, boy oh boy did he deliver. And they got that final kill elsewhere on the B side of the map. More fights attempted to be taken early, but I think Triumph are sick of some of these early battles. They're trying to see if they can just play it a bit more passive this time, because High Coast have just overrun them in these first 2 rounds of overtime.
It's difficult to keep track of the T side when they're taking so much control of the map so rapidly. And Triumph are just trying to figure out how to deal with that. And, you know, it's always a high-pressure situation in overtime when you're trying to adjust the defense this much and really trying to figure out how you're going to deal with the game plan. And again, they're just going to go for the cat execute, diving down into CT. Cooper's missed the shot. That's given a chance now for High Coast to push up into the site and close down some of this space. Again, MOTM getting 1 kill, but it's B-Wills lining up too. A 3rd kill from B-Wills. That's huge output from him. And now it's all on Pwn alone. 1v3, looks up, doesn't hit the shot, and Triumph come in with a round.
Finally dealing with the pace. They don't fall to the fast A play that time round. But it cost them 2 rounds earlier in the half. B-Will sitting on long with this AUG. Great headshots, scoping in for both of them. Even gets a 3rd towards the end of it. Now it's Triumph's turn to see what they can do on their T side. And I don't think they're going to be quite as quick as High Coast Dinko. It would be hard to be quicker than them, let's put it that way.
Yeah, they're used to ball to Counter-Strike right now.
Ooh, they're giving it a go,
Flash out from View, and he's going to swing into the open. Oh, he's caught them. Oh, and he's the blick of Counter-Strike. It seems catching up with them. That's 3 from Pew. Pone alone getting the kill back on Cooper. And B-Will's in the 1v4. He's going to try and push through CT. He really has to step up here, and they're aware of that. MOTM has caught him in the smoke. And it's High Coast who reach series point. They might just be moving through Group A here.
God damn, the flash, the spray, everything going right for Bew, everything going right for High Coast in that one. I think they are just sitting on their High Coast right now, Dinko, while Triumph are just drowning. They're just watching them drown while the sea levels rise. There's the geography knowledge of the day coming in for you there. Got to get the degree in there somehow.
You might have just given it on the last round of the day, Alex. You've had plenty of opportunities, but you chose your moment right. Hitting for it. But
it's about the most use I can get out of my degree, okay? Gotta get it in somewhere.
I'm making use of that a huge expenditure, you know.
Very worthwhile.
Comes definitely.
Man, just look at how calm Ben Leet looks. Like he was just genuinely like having a laugh. They're smiling.
Yeah,
they're so good when it comes to these overtimes, right? They just don't seem to feel the pressure at all.
Yeah, that's very important. Especially if you're going to be playing this many overtimes and making it this difficult for yourself. MOTM, oh my god, are you going to make this play? This play in overtime? When you're the championship point, you know, in this group to move through, and that's the bomb caught. That's MOTM just really stepping up. Inside of the smoke, MOTM just taking every single kill. What a round to do it in. MOTM taking matters into his own hands. A 4K as he massacres Triumph in Longhouse. It's a slaughterhouse in there. And now Cynic left alone. In a 1v3 with his AWP. Can he keep Triumph alive? They have fought so hard to stay alive in this group. And MOTM might have just sent them packing. One player caught, now spotted. Utility out. That Molly's going to give away his position, but the flank of 2 players coming from behind. Cynic burns out the first. Is he aware of the flank behind him? It's going back into them, both here, and there's the headshot. Pone alone secures victory, and High Coast will move through after a marathon.